morning. This is such a special day, not only because we have the TEDx happening, but because we celebrate Mother's Day in many countries. So, Felipe mentioned about being the first here, first there, and I was presented or gifted to being one of the first here. So, again, it's very exciting to be here today. Today, I'm going to talk about a little bit of meaningfulness, which is probably one of the things that we have lacked in this crazy world that we have lived in. Life is a book that we update every day. So every day we are writing a new chapter, and each one of these chapters are based on the experiences that we have, the interactions that we have with one another, and the experiences that we have, the interactions we have with the environment and its many changes. It's needless to say that these changes have never been this fast, and they will never be this slow again. Technology has played a key role in this transformation. Not only the technology has played a key role, everything has changed. The way we interact has changed. Many years ago, for the ones that can recall or remember, we would write a letter and post it. It would take days, perhaps weeks, to get to the destination. Because the opportunity was so rare and laborious, we would put the best of our feelings in everything that we would write, everything that we would say. Phone calls was not that cheap back then. Again, the opportunity should be taken in full, because every back and forth flow will take so long. Nowadays, every interaction is at some few keystrokes range. We have various devices, or many devices. We have artificial intelligence streamlining everything for us. So, with all this help we have from technology, there is a big challenge. The challenge is to bring depth over superficiality. It's to bring sense and logic over urgency and craziness. We live in a world that is very easy for you to manifest your opinion. It's very hard to deal with opposing opinions. Everything happens so fast. And the technology, of course, has contributed a lot to it. But technology cannot be used or leveraged as an excuse or a barrier to neither our personal life or our professional. For instance, companies, when they are developing their strategy, they are assuming that the employees will live the values, support the mission, that they will bring their best, be resilient before changes. They will contribute to the new era, the new stages, the new level of that company. On the other hand, employees are expecting companies to fulfill their needs, their expectation, whatever they are. The problem is, any distance between these two pillars will break a crucial aspect of this relationship, which is the mutual purpose. When we break the mutual purpose, we lose enthusiasm. We stop bringing our best. We start bringing only enough to our day-to-day duties. Because of this, the results decrease, and the companies start remediating it, and then we adopt new methodologies, magical solutions, new tools that sometimes only
streamline the problem. Employees, on the other hand, they start looking for a new job or a new way to fulfill their needs. Because the mutual purpose is now broken. We don't share the same goal, the same view. Purpose is what keeps us together. Purpose is what brings us here today. To share. To be able to manifest our opinions, to be heard, criticized, supported. What happens in the world today is that the values are a little bit mixed up. We need to live for our values, we need to support them, we need to rescue the values of the human nature. We live in a world of extremism, intolerance. When you post something on the internet, it's like you're signing off a sentence. You lose friends because of political taste. In my country, we lose friends because of soccer matches. The values are a bit lost. And we need to rescue this. We need to be able to build a new era for the new generation. We should encourage everyone in this room today, when they go back home, their day-to-day work, to bring the best you can, 100%, to whatever you're doing. You must feel part of something bigger than yourself. You should be innovative. You should think of the legacy. You should think of the next person beside you. People are worth a try. You should not give up this. It's easier said than done, because for us to overcome all the superficiality and the complexity of today's interactions, we must be flexible. Flexible to accept that we are not equals in our opinions. We were born equals, but we develop opinions and tastes differently through our life. We must be flexible, so we listen more than speaking. Using the proportion of having 2 ears and just one mouth. Listen carefully, active listening. Speaking when required. Speaking for good. Speaking with respect. With meaning. Speaking because it's necessary to speak. Not only to say something, not only to gather some likes, to have some your post shared. It's not just taking pictures and pretending your life is perfect. All of these expels in the world to be full of anxiety because your life is not the same or as good. There's a couple of friends that are sharing photos on Instagram of the trip to Europe that probably they're still paying for it. And we are comparing our life based on these, which again brings a layer of superficiality that we can no longer sustain. This makes us sad, this makes us anxious, this makes us question ourselves if we're doing the right thing or not. Where is the meaning of all of this? This crazy seek for approval, this feeling in such a way that we are no longer paying attention to our surroundings. The other day I was passing by a new higher up my company, they said, "Good morning." And project managers have this nuance, which sometimes we just drop by to ask something. But this time was literally just saying, "Good morning." The first thing the guy said was, "What do you want?" I got so surprised that I almost offered a hug, saying, "I think you need a hug." And I was just saying, "Good morning." It's just how bad the interactions are today. And we tend not to pay attention because we are so busy typing. We are so busy just making sure that our stuff is done that we are not paying attention as how we can share a purpose and get collaboration. We must find our balance. The key point is we need to understand that without balance, everything is extreme. The balance we need to find is the balance that will allow us to be better human beings, better professionals. The balance to respect each other, to deal with the differences, to be tolerant, to push ourselves further, a mile or 2 miles. The balance to understand that we can make mistakes, that we have something to learn. In every conversation, we always have something to teach, something to learn from young people, from sages. We need to understand that this is not a naively romantic approach. This is in reality what we were born for. To collaborate, to build a community, to be part of something much bigger than us. In today's world, the superficiality is killing us. The pace is so fast, so crazy. People are getting tired. People are taking sick days. They are burned out. They're stressed. They're carrying their guns, ready to react. Depending on where you go, it's literally that. Ready to react to any opposing opinion. Why not taking a break? Step out. Look from outside. Try to find your true purpose. Step out. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a strength. It's you being humble enough to recognize that you are a human being, prone for mistakes sometimes, but eager to correct, to improve, to try harder, and move forward. I challenge you today, when you go home, ask yourself, what have you done for people around you? Have you ever tried just to be kind for the sake of being kind? It's free. It's worth it. You don't pay GST, PST. You just need to be kind. And the good part is, it's contagious. You're kind to someone that's kind to someone else, and it passes on so quickly that eventually you're going to find mutual purposes together. And again, we're back to that cycle. We find mutual purpose. We collaborate. We work together. We achieve results. Just being kind. Everything starts with a smile. Isn't it good when you're just running to someone and you receive that smile back? That's fantastic. Back in my parents' time, we would shake hands without being too much concerned about the germs on someone's.
Nowadays we shake hands, but we clean our hands. This is super superficial. We would hug. I would walk hand in hand with my father. Not being ashamed of that. We must be more fragile. It's allowed. We should find the meaning in just being human beings. Flawed, but human beings. Strong, still human beings. That's all good. Everything for the sake of building a generation or building a legacy for the ones that are coming afterwards. The passion that we put together is what will determine if the future generations will have a meaning to pursue. It will determine who our child will be. The world that we will live in. Thank you very much.